Welcome to the Ancient Alternative View. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Good day to all watching the Ancient Alternative View, the place where everyone's opinion matters. Remember, the truth has been hidden and covered for many years, so all theories to our ancient past are on the table. I look forward to hearing your views. Please like, comment and subscribe below. Thank you. The ancient city of Petra is one of the world's national treasures, I'm sure you will agree. Located approximately 3 hours south of Amman, Petra is the legacy, or so-called, of the Nabateans, an industrious Arab people who settled in southern Jordan more than 3,000 years ago. Admired then for its refined culture, enormous architecture, and ingenious complex of dams and water channels. Petra is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site that enchants visitors from all corners of the globe. Much of Petra's appeal comes from its spectacular setting deep inside a narrow desert gorge. The site is accessed by walking through a kilometre-long chasm or seek, the walls of which soar over 200 metres upwards. Petra's most famous monument, the Treasury, appears dramatically at the end of a seek, used in the final sequence of the film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. The towering facade of the Treasury is only one of the myriad of archaeological wonders to be explored at Petra. Various walks and climbs reveal literally hundreds of buildings, tombs, baths, funerary halls, temples, arch gateways, colonnaded streets and haunted rock drawings, as well as 3,000 seat open-air theatre, a gigantic 1st century monastery and a modern archaeological museum, all of which can be explored by anyone that visits this beautiful place. A modest shrine commemorating the death of Aaron, brother of Moses, was built in the 13th century by the Mamluk Sultan high atop Mount Aaron in the Shirar range. Petra is without doubt one of the current wonders of our world. It is a vast, unique city, literally pressed into a sheer rock face that I can't attribute to the Nabateans. Yes, they were an industrial Arab people who settled more than 3,000 years ago, but I believe they turned this place into an important junction for the silk, spice and other trade routes that link China, India and southern Arabia with Egypt, Syria, Greece and Rome. But do I think they built this? No, I do not. Gaining entrance to the ancient city of Petra is through the Seek, a narrow gorge over 1 kilometre in length. This is flanked on either side by a soaring 80-metre high cliff. Just walking through this must be such an experience. The colours, the formations of the rocks, everything there, then you culminise with your first glimpse of Al Khazneh. Now I do apologise if my pronunciation is wrong there. The long walk through this canyon is an exciting journey. This must be something spectacular to see. The treasures that must lie beneath are yet to be found. But also, this has to be one of the most unique geological landscapes that we have ever seen in our world. Literally pressed into a pale reddish sandstone, the eastern side of this area is bounded by what's called the King's Wall. This is an awe-inspiring, absolutely amazing facade, 30 metres wide and 43 metres high, literally looking like it is pressed into the sheer, dusky pink rock, facing towards you, makes everything around you look dwarfed. It was carved, in everyone's opinion, in the 1st century, and is a tomb for the Nabatean kings. This I do not agree with. I must say that with the water erosion around the bottom of the treasury, I must say this must have been sat within water at some period of time. The water erosion has to mean that this site was sat in water for an extremely long period of time. I'm not saying this is pre-cataclysm, but this phenomenon has to be explained. The treasury is merely the first of many wonders that make up Petra. As you enter Petra, you will be overwhelmed by its natural beauty. There are hundreds of elaborate rock-cut tombs with intricate carvings, unlike any of the houses which were destroyed mostly by earthquakes. Tombs were carved to last a lifetime. Empty but bewitching. The word Kanzar, treasure, was given by the local Bedouin tribes behind the belief that the urn on the top of the front of the entrance was covered and filled with treasure. The treasury's surface is sculpted in the 1st century AD, or so called. The facade of Petra is carved in a pink rock ranging in colour from white to pink to yellow and tawny. The facade leads to the grave and it serves as a tomb for the Nabatean king Orotes III. I do not deny, as many have suggested, that the Romans had a lot of, well, let's just say, advantages when looking over these sites. There can be found Roman-style theatres, obelisks, temples, sacrificial altars, and colonnaded streets that we could literally give the Romans credit for. Were they to be credited for every site, for everything made of concrete? I think not. We can also look at 13th century shrines built by Mamluk Sultan Al-Nasir Muhammad to commemorate the death of Aaron, the brother of Moses. These can be seen at the top of Mount Aran on the Shinar range. We cannot deny, however, that the royal tombs are very real. To reach them, you have to climb a stairway that leads to the famous urn tomb, which was used as a place of worship during the Byzantine Empire. Besides the urn tomb, there is a small tomb known as the Silk Tomb. This name comes from the rich colour of the sandstone. Then come next to the Palace Tomb and the Corinthian Tomb and the tomb of Sesto Fiorentino. Jordan is the most beautiful place, other than Egypt, that I have ever seen on this planet, and I wonder whether all of its secrets have yet to be found. There are many places underneath this 100 kilometre squared area, if not more, that have not been found. Should we not be making more of an effort to excavate and look and find the secrets to our ancient past? If these areas do go further back in time, then don't we owe it to our future generations to start finding the answers so that we can teach them exactly what went on in our ancient past? I'd love to hear your ancient alternative view. Hello everyone. I'd like to bring your attention to this photo. This is the tower of the Adair Monastery. I'd like to bring your attention to the processing marks that we find at the top of this. And also, if we have a look here, this is eerily similar to some of the tops of the pillars that we find in Egypt, believe it or not. I'd like to thank you all for your time and putting up with me today. I absolutely love Petra as an ancient site. And I will ask you the question of why such a percentage of people don't want to believe that our ancient past could be slightly older than what we're led to believe. If we study what the ancients left behind, maybe soon enough the secrets that they left us will come to light. I wish you all the very best, and thanks again. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Remember, there's always an ancient alternative view. Thank you for watching.